Hello students, today we will discuss class 9th Civics chapter 2 Constitutional Design. After reading this chapter, you will be able to develop a sense of respect for the struggle of the people for independence and the problems faced while drafting the Constitution. Realization the need and importance of the Constitution, to make them appreciate the political setup of our country. You will get familiarized with the words like sovereign, socialist, secular, fraternity, etc. to come across with the social evils and will work upon the ways to eradicate them. To sensitize the importance, peace, harmony, rules, regulations, rights and duties to be a responsible citizen of the nation. The topics to be covered in this video are definition of Constitution, why do we need a Constitution, making of the Indian Constitution, guiding values of the Indian Constitution, philosophy of the Constitution. What does Constitution do? There are many countries and every country has a diverse group of people, democratic or not. Every country needs to have constitution, whether any club, cooperative society or political party. They all have a constitution. So, let us know about the meaning of constitution and need for the constitution. A constitution is a body of laws according to which a country is governed. Need for the constitution. It generates a degree of trust and coordination between different kinds of people to live together. It specifies how the government will be constituted. It defines who will have power to take which decisions, lays limits on the powers of the government and tells us what the rights of the citizen are. It expresses the aspirations of the people about creating a good society. It safeguards the interest of minority, OBCs, poor and weaker sections of our society. It establishes equality. All countries that have constitution are not necessarily democratic, but all countries that are democratic will have constitution. After the War of Independence, Americans gave themselves constitution. After the revolution, French people approved democratic constitution. Now, let us know the making of constitution. India constitution was also drawn up under very difficult circumstances. The country was born through partition. At least 10 lakh people were killed in violence. Not only this, the Britishers left it to the princely states to decide whether they wanted to merge with India or not. Because of this, the task of merging was more difficult. But there was a big advantage. Much of the consensus means general agreement about a democratic India should look like had evolved during the freedom struggle. It was not only the struggle against the foreign rule, but also a struggle to reunite our country. In 1928, Motilal Nehru and 8 other Congress leaders drafted a constitution for India. In 1931, Karachi Resolution of the Indian National Congress dwelt on how independent India's constitution should look. Both the documents supported universal adult franchise, right to freedom and equality, protecting rights of minorities. Indian Constitution adopted many institutional details and procedures from colonial laws like the Government of India Act 1935. Our leaders were inspired by the ideals of French Revolution, parliamentary democracy in Britain and the Bills of Rights in the US, socialist revolution in Russia, etc. The makers were not just imitating but also questioning whether these things will suit India or not. So they borrowed from there but only if they suited Indian context. Now the important thing to know is who were the makers of the Indian Constitution. A group or assembly of an elected representatives draft documents for constitution. This assembly of elected representatives is called Constituent Assembly. In July 1946, elections to Constituent Assembly were held. In the same year, after 5 months, in December, the first meeting was held. However, in 1947, partition not only the country but Constituent Assembly was also divided into India and Pakistan. Many countries of the world has to rewrite their constitution because either it exists only as a piece of paper or rules were not accepted to all social groups. But this was not the case of independent India. The assembly that wrote Indian Constitution had 299 members who were elected by the members of provincial legislature. The assembly was mostly dominated by the Indian National Congress that led freedom struggle. No universal adult franchise at the same time, but even if there was, composition would not have been very different. Let us find out the reasons for the relevance of the Constitution in present times. First, much of the consensus evolved during the freedom struggle. For example, the leaders of our freedom struggle had a broad consensus on the basic principles, such as the universal adult franchise, right to freedom and equality, etc. Second, expresses broad consensus of its times. Basic rules were accepted to all major social groups or political parties. The legitimacy of the Constitution has never been questioned by anyone. Third, the Constituent Assembly represented the people of India. Members of the Constituent Assembly were elected mainly by the members of the existing provincial legislatures. As there was no universal adult franchise at that time, this ensured a fair geographical share of members from all the regions of the country. In social terms too, it represented members from different groups, castes, classes, religions, and occupations. Fourth, manner of working. The Constituent Assembly worked in a systematic, open and consensual manner. Decision on basic principles, drafting by drafting committee, chaired by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, discussions and amendments. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar played a very important role in the making of the Constitution. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, with a drafting committee, prepared a draft. When documents were printed, there were several rounds of discussion. More than 2,000 amendments were considered. Every document, every word has been recorded and preserved. These are called constituent debates. These debates are 12 bulky volumes. The Constitution of India is very long and detailed. Therefore, it needs to be revised quite regularly. The makers of Indian Constitution did not see it as a sacred or unalterable law. They made rules to include changes from time to time to keep it updated. These changes are called constitutional amendments. Guiding values of the Indian Constitution. The dream and the promise. Though Mahatma Gandhi was not the member of the Constituent Assembly, but there were many members who followed his vision. Gandhiji strived for constitution that would release India from all thraldom and patronage, find ways to give voice to the poor, establish equality and perfect harmony, eliminate untouchability and women empowerment. Inspired from America, most countries begin to choose their country's constitution with a preamble. Preamble is a short statement of Constitution's basic value. Philosophy of the Constitution is enshrined in the preamble of the Constitution. The features of the Constitution contains ideals and basic underlying principles. It is not justiciable in a court of law. It shows the guiding values of the Constitution, and it is considered soul of the Indian Constitution. Ideals enshrined in the Constitution of India. The preamble of our Constitution contains the philosophy on which the entire Constitution has been built. Sovereign means people have supreme right to make decisions on internal as well as external matters. No external power can dictate the government of India. Socialist means wealth is generated socially and should be shared equally by society. Government should regulate the ownership of land and industry to reduce socio-economic inequalities. Republic means the head of the state is an elected person. It is not a hereditary position. Democratic. The government is elected by the people and rules according to the provisions of the Constitution. In a democratic government, people enjoy equal political rights. Secular. Citizens have complete freedom to follow any religion, but there is no official religion. Government treat all religious beliefs and practices with equal respect. Equality. All are equal before the law. Every citizen will be provided with the equality of status and opportunity. The traditional social inequalities have to be ended. Fraternity means all the citizens of India have been assured about the dignity of individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. All of us should behave like the members of the same family. No one is to be treated as inferior. Liberty. Every citizen of India will have liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. There will be no unreasonable restrictions on the citizens in what they think and how they express their thoughts and put the same in action. Justice. Every citizen of India will have social, economic, and political justice. Citizens cannot be discriminated on the grounds of caste, religion, and gender. The government should work for the reduction of social inequalities and welfare for all. So here we end up the chapter. Bye. Thank you everyone.